Namaskar my friends, and today I'm back here with another Transformers review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Baiwei TW1028 Spock Interstellar Pirates, aka Shockwave from the Dark of the Moon film. So let's not waste time, let's quickly have a look at the box. So this is what the front of the box looks like, this is what the side of the box looks like, this is what the back of the box looks like. It's pretty much, the front and back are pretty much the same. Of course you have Alloy Edition boutique model written right there, and this is what the other side of the box looks like. Nothing here at the top, nothing here at the bottom. We do have some stuff written here at the bottom, and that's pretty much it. So now let us have a look at the figure, and here we have Shockwave in his full glory, and this figure is basically a slight rework of the original Studio Series Shockwave. And why I say slight, because Baiwei have changed a lot of things here on his left arm, which wasn't there initially with the first Studio Series Shockwave, but it is pretty much the same mold, and he really doesn't come with any accessories, hence I did not go through a separate accessory section. He does come with his blade, right, and as you can see that there's a slot here, and this blade just sort of pegs onto that, into that slot, and there you go. That's what he basically looks like. And of course a little bit more assembly required here. You basically take this part and you attach it to the back right there, and his forearm right there. All you got to do is just plug these two ends in. The same thing on both ends, the same kind of plugging, same plug on both ends, and you can just plug them in, and you pretty much have Shockwave. So like I mentioned, that this is basically a slight rework of the original Studio Series Shockwave, and man, that was a phenomenal release. So Baiwei have just taken that mold, made some very good changes, very significant changes, and we finally have the Shockwave that I suppose all of us fans actually wanted. So I'm very happy with the way that has turned out. So let's quickly have a look at Shockwave, and right there, you know, that face right there, that looks very movie accurate, although the color scheme is not very movie accurate, and there's certainly a little more purple in there compared to the original release. But well, you know, I suppose they were trying to sort of get him into his G1 colors. I don't know, I'm just guessing here. Am I a fan of it? No, I'm not. I would much prefer the, you know, the all metal silvery look that he actually had in the film, actually that he has on the box, I suppose. So yeah, that's what I would have been after. If I can quickly just have a look at the box. So this is the look that I would have preferred, right? Although he does have very slight shades of purple there, but I would have much preferred that look over this. But then again, you know, this is what the Studio Series had initially come up with, but it wasn't this purple. But hey, this is what we got. But nevertheless, I still like it. I still like the paint apps. There are a lot of weathering, dry brushing going on here. Very nice. I really like that. Look at the weathering on the cannon. That looks very cool. Look at all this detail right here of the weathering. Very nice. And a lot of dry paint brushing going on right there. Very nice. Again, looks very weathered. And yeah, those of you who enjoyed the original Studio Series release, I'm sure, you know, if you get this, you will love it even more. And as far as the quality is concerned, I think the plastic quality is also very good. That face looks very good. Very cool. I really like this. I really do. Although I did not own the original Studio Series version, the original release, and this is my first Shockwave, first movie Shockwave that I actually have in my collection now, and I'm so happy with the way this turned out. A lot of dry brushing going on right there, and it's broken up. The paint is sort of broken up with these silver pieces right here, silver paint, and there's some gold here as well, which looks very good. So yeah, overall this looks fantastic. Looks very nice. Although there is something I like to mention here as well. When you articulate this arm of his, yeah, this tube right here, it really doesn't cause any hindrance, and it doesn't give you any problems. It won't come off either. At least it did not come out on my copy. So yeah, you can actually articulate him just the way you want to, and I don't think these will be a problem either. In case they do come off, you can easily plug them in and attach them, and it'll be good to go. So I'm just letting you know that can be done as well. Now it's time for the articulation, and he does look up a little bit, he looks down a little bit. Now initially when you get him out of the packaging, his head does wobble a little bit, alright, so there's nothing to worry about, but that's just the way it is. His head does have the side to side tilt, and he does turn from left to right, and yeah, that's pretty much all the head articulation that you would need. His shoulders do go out to the side, which is pretty good, and he does have bicep swivel, which is very nice. He does have a single jointed elbow, which is very, very good, and I think on this arm as well he has the bicep swivel and the single jointed elbow right there. That looks very, very nice. And now this is a major change that Baiwei have made, I suppose. I'm just taking this out just to show the articulation of the wrist, and you could definitely articulate the wrist with the blade on, but I'm just trying to show the articulation a little more clearly. So the wrist does go in and out, which is very, very good, and he does have articulated fingers, and the articulation points are only on the top of these fingers right here. I wish they could have given a little more articulation on the rest of the fingers, but that is how it is. These claws or fingers, or whatever you call it, Cybertronian claws. But yeah, that's very good. That is a major improvement from the original. Of course, we do not get any waist swivel. He does kick forward quite a lot, which is fantastic. I really like that. And he does kick back as much as he kicks forward. So there you go. He does do the splits, I'm guessing. Yes, that won't be a problem. He does do the splits. And we can just get this thing out of the way. Yeah, he does do the splits quite well, if not great, so that's pretty good. And he does have a single joint knee, which is great. I really like that. Look at the details, man. This is the first time I'm actually holding this figure in my hand, this mold, and I'm absolutely blown away by the details. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's such a bummer I don't have the original release, but I'm very glad that I have this one. And of course, he has a tilt going on here, ankle pivots. His feet do go up and down as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, very nicely articulated figure. I just wish he had some waist swivel maybe. That would have really been complete articulation on this figure. But I really like the way this looks, and I really like the articulation on this figure as well. So now let's just have a look at his transformation. here we have Shockwave in his vehicle mode, and he is a Cybertronian tank. And yeah, he kind of looks cool. At the same time, he looks very messy. I am not a very big fan of this vehicle mode, because in the film he really doesn't transform. But as you can see, it does kind of look cool. But at the same time, I'm just finding this very messy, you know. Even by movie standards, this is not very clean enough for me, you know. I have mixed feelings about this. I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, one thing I did forget to show you in the articulation segment is that these move as well. These articulate as well. So yeah, you could definitely pose them or sort of angle them the way you want to. But yeah, this is what it is. It's a bit tricky, you know, getting this cannon and this blade and this arm all to sit together. But yeah, this looks kind of cool in certain angles, and it doesn't look very cool in certain angles. The Shockwave's head just keeps falling back. I think just didn't yeah, transform this properly, this part right here. Yeah, so he's his Cyclops head just looking straight on. Yeah, very deadly. But yeah, this is what it basically looks like. And yeah, he does roll, although not very smoothly, because there seems to be some sort of friction, but he does roll. And yeah, overall, yeah, this is if you like vehicle modes, sure, yeah, I mean, I can see why you would like him, but I'm not a very big fan of this. Not a very big fan. So now let us have a look at some comparisons. Here are some comparisons, and we have the DOTM, the Dark of the Moon Transformers Shockwave, alongside the Transformers Prime Shockwave. And yeah, I think a lot of people wanted to probably see these two scaled side by side, and yeah, these two look so good together. Different iterations, different storylines, different universes. So there you go. Here's Shockwave alongside the Baiwei Weapons Master, aka Ironhide from the Transformers Michael Bay movies. So there we go. And this is what Shockwave looks alongside the Lemon Tree Optimus Prime rework, manufactured by Baiwei. So yeah, there we go. That's what Shockwave looks like. And this is what Shockwave looks like next to the Premiere Edition, the Last Night Bumblebee. And this is what Shockwave looks like next to the SS-05 Optimus Prime. So there you go. And here he is, standing alongside the fallen, yes, Megatronus right there, standing beside him. Well, we will be reviewing Megatronus in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. But that is what Shockwave looks like next to Megatronus, aka the Fallen from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And here's what I think about this particular piece. In my opinion, I think Baiwei have just taken this mold, made certain improvements to it, and made it better. Yes, he's a little more purple than I want, and I think a lot of people may agree with me that yes, he's a little too purple. But having said that, I think this is a major improvement over the original Studio Series release of this figure. His robot mode is something that everybody loves, and I'm sure everybody's going to keep him in his robot mode. However, his vehicle mode, I'm not a huge fan of the vehicle mode. But yeah, it does sort of showcase what a Cybertronian tank would look like, and it's very similar to the vehicle mode that Shockwave had in the Transformers Prime series. So yeah, you could see that Cybertronian mode in that tank mode. But personally, I'm not a huge fan. It's not a bad mode, it's just that I'm not a huge fan of it. And besides, he never transformed in the movie. And overall, I think this is a really good piece. If you do get him, do not hesitate, and yeah, just go ahead and add him in your collection. It'll look fantastic. It's just a bummer I don't have the original one. Otherwise, I could have made some comparisons and shown you a little more in detail of what improvements have been made. But Unfortunately, I don't have that. I have this, and I'm so glad that I have this. And yeah, that's pretty much my overall verdict. So with that being said, this concludes our review. If you like this review, then do give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'd like to thank all the viewers who actually got in touch with me on my Instagram Messenger and who have asked me about where am I, what are you doing, dude, where is the next review coming out. Thank you so much, guys. I was actually busy with work, and then I was on a vacation with my family. I just came back and I made this review on the day I came back for you guys. So thank you so much. It just feels very special when you know, so many friends, so many viewers of the channel are so caring and, you know, send me messages about how they're enjoying the reviews and how much they look forward to my reviews. So thank you so much. That really means a lot to me, and that sort of motivates me further to make more good content for you. Till then, take very good care of yourselves, take care of your families, take care of your collections, enjoy your collection, and always remember, till all are one. Thank you so much for joining us today.